Right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about the Kansas City Chiefs. I don't know why or how this is flying so under the radar, but the Chiefs have had a really good offseason thus far. I am loving their moves. I think they are prioritizing versatility, specifically on the defensive end. The first week of free agency wave, Jawan Taylor got signed and Charles Omenihu, and I thought both of those were exactly what they needed, not only due to departures, but just as far as talent in general. So many people, not Chiefs fans, but so many people were saying Jawan Taylor was an overpay. So many people don't know who Charles Omenihu is, and we discussed all that last week. Well, in the last few days, they've made two even more low-key moves. They signed Mike Edwards, the safety from Tampa Bay, and Drew Tranquill, linebacker from the Chargers. Both of those two fan bases, like Chargers fans right now, are pissed they just lost Drew. Bucks fans are not pleased they just lost Mike Edwards. Both of those cats have been in the league for 4 seasons. They're off their rookie contract, entered their first free agency, and they're both coming off of career years. So we're going to talk about all Chiefs things in today's video as far as the most recent stuff, and we're going to even talk about some possible wide receivers, because if you didn't see on Twitter, Des Bryant tweeted this: I wouldn't be surprised if Odell or D-Hop go to the Chiefs, ... I wouldn't be surprised if both guys go to the Chiefs. We know that Juju Smith-Schuster went on over to New England, and we're going to talk all that in today's video. But before we do, if you guys enjoy it, be sure to hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL content. I post a couple of Chiefs videos every time a week, so I appreciate Chiefs Kingdom. You guys have blessed this channel so far this offseason and just in general. Let's try and get this video to 500 likes. That would mean the world to me. So the big one to me personally was Drew Tranquill. I don't know what it was. Maybe I had a little bit of a busy weekend or whatever it is. I am not seeing anybody talk about this. Like Chiefs fans, Chiefs reporters, Chiefs news, all that stuff, they're excited about this move. Drew Tranquill literally had a stellar season last year with Los Angeles. It was his first year as a full-time starter, and he had 146 combined tackles. But the best part is he had 5 quarterback sacks and he had 8 quarterback hits. When comparing this to the rest of the Chiefs defense, this is awesome. No non-defensive lineman for the Chiefs last season had more than 3.5 sacks on the year. Once again, Tranquill had 5. All right. So I love it. I think first off, it's double the amount of sacks to the next closest linebacker for the Chiefs last year, which was Willie Gay. This gives Coach Steve Spagnuolo a ton of versatility on the defensive side, whether it's blitz packages or what have you. Don't underestimate these two moves, Charles Omenihu and Drew Tranquill. These are young, very hungry players, but the best part is they don't break the bank, and their skill is extremely slept on. Those are two extremely underrated football players. Like Drew, for example, is 27 years old. So it's not like he's 2 years into the league or a rookie into the league and you got to get him ready come playoff time and just kind of hope everything comes together. No. Drew Tranquill last year at linebacker was a freaking stud for that Chargers squad. And then we have the safety from Tampa Bay. He also had a career year, and he also gives Coach Steve's defense a lot of versatility. This cat is a ball hawk. He loves getting interceptions. He loves getting pick sixes, and his former teammates absolutely love him. So Mike Edwards, 21 career passes defended, 7 career interceptions, 3 career pick sixes, and since the Chiefs lost Juan Thornhill, this was a much needed and like a much better move than I thought the Chiefs were going to make. Like that's kind of been the reoccurring theme, whether you lost Frank Clark, Orlando Brown, Juan Thornhill, whoever the Chiefs lost, they filled in that gap with guys who I'm seriously just blown away by. Now, the Chiefs still have one big, I don't even really want to say flaw. It's definitely not a fatal flaw. Oh my goodness. But it's the wide receiver. All right. And Juju Smith-Schuster went to New England. which I think shocked all of us. I cannot believe he is no longer a Kansas City Chief. It was a good year. Now, you currently have Kadarius Toney, you have Sky Moore, you have MVS. Obviously, you have the best tight end in NFL history in Travis Kelce, but I want the Chiefs to have a legitimate wide receiver one. So whether it's Odell Beckham Jr., whether it is DeAndre Hopkins, whether it is both of them, I think this is something that the Chiefs need to look into. Even if it's neither nor, look into a guy like N'Keal Harry. But we're going to start it off with DeAndre Hopkins because if you watch my last Chiefs video, I briefly touched on this. D-Hop will no longer be like, he's going to get traded in the next 2 weeks. That's the way I see it. At max, 2 weeks from now, DeAndre Hopkins will no longer be an Arizona Cardinal. Now, his asking price is a second-round pick and then, kind of like a thrown-in pick or a young player. I saw a mock trade, and it was the Chiefs' second-round pick number 63, and their fourth-round pick, 134, for DeAndre Hopkins. This is something that the Chiefs should at least look into. Unless you're actually going to go out there and get a N'Keal Harry. I love Kadarius Toney. Like, seriously, I can't emphasize how much I think Kadarius Toney is going to be a stud. But the big thing is he has injury concerns. If Kadarius Toney never had any injury concern, if this was like Madden and you could just turn injuries off, Kadarius Toney is a wide receiver one. But I think he is better suited, and I think the Chiefs are better suited for having Kadarius be your complimentary wide receiver number two, a guy who is extremely versatile, a guy you can have in the slot, a guy you can have in your backfield, a special teams guy. I think Kadarius Toney is properly utilized when you can get creative, and you can get creative by having as many options as humanly possible. So I think the Chiefs, OBJ, Odell Beckham Jr. is enticing to me. I think the Chiefs would be the best spot to maximize his potential. I think it could certainly bounce back his career, but he also had his injury concerns. With all the ACL issues, it's just, can he get back to what he was? And even if he is 50%, 75%, is that enough? So if you're going to get a guy like OBJ, I think you still need to get a guy like N'Keal Harry. I think N'Keal Harry, hopefully you've been able to figure that out in the last minute or two. I think he is certainly somebody the Kansas City Chiefs should target. There still are a good, decent amount of wide receivers out there available in free agency. Keep in mind, this is also a wide receiver stacked draft. However, I want reliability. And when we take a look at DeAndre Hopkins, don't worry about the money because they would figure it out. So we saw a tweet from Ian Rappaport as the status of the AZ Cardinal star wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins comes into focus. Talks are ramping up among the interested team, sources say. Similar to Brandon Cooks, a trade would likely mean an altered contract. I think he will be a Kansas City Chief. But at the same time, the very thought to me of the Chiefs actually acquiring DeAndre Hopkins is terrifying. Now, I'm a Packers fan, so it's just I don't even have to worry about this for several more years. But if I was a team like the Cincinnati Bengals or, the New York Jets who are going to get Aaron Rodgers, or the Buffalo Bills or the Baltimore Ravens, and I'm thinking about literally DeAndre Hopkins going to the Kansas City Chiefs, or even worse, as Des Bryant said, OBJ and DeAndre Hopkins going to the Chiefs, I'd be terrified. The Chiefs have done a phenomenal job at drafting talent and just continuing player development and getting these young cats ready to go. So it's either way, the Chiefs are going to be extremely feared next season. Obviously, you're the defending champs, and Patrick Mahomes, MVP, the best quarterback in the league. So there's all that goes into it. But seriously, the way they're filling in the holes for players and positions that they lost, guys like Jawan Taylor, Charles Omenihu, the last two moves of Drew Tranquill, Mike Edwards, they're doing such a good job. It's not going to stop at wide receiver. This team is still going to go into next season well-equipped, okay? So that's it for today. But Chiefs Kingdom, I want to hear what you guys have to say about a couple of things. Give me your thoughts on Drew Tranquill and Mike Edwards. I'm expecting high praise. I'm expecting a lot of excitement. And then give me your thoughts on the wide receiver position. Do you want to see DeAndre Hopkins? Do you want to see OBJ? Do you want to see N'Keal Harry? Do you want to see a wide receiver in the draft? Let me know what you guys are thinking down below. As always, hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL content, a couple of Chiefs videos every single week. If we could get 500 likes on this video, that would be absolutely awesome. That's it from me, and I'll see you guys later.